everyone, welcome back to another Age of Empires 4 commentary. I'm Beyond, and today we have an absolute banger of a match for you. We have Crackety in here spawning in the bottom side of the map as the teal, as the Chinese. Now, and across the way, we have Liquid DeMu playing as the Mongols in the red. Now, in this matchup, and of course, I will leave both of these gentlemen's links in the description below. DeMu is obviously a very popular streamer and YouTuber, uploads a lot of good content, and then Crackety is a caster / Twitch streamer, so we'll leave their links in the description below as always. Now, in this matchup, it's definitely going to be a little bit map dependent, so take these numbers with a grain of salt, but China into Mongols at Conqueror and above is sitting at about a 47% win rate across about 200 games. Very, very map dependent. Obviously, this one is very Mongol. It's not very Mongol favorites, but it's not a bad map for Mongols because of that nice trade line that you can get going with some early walls, and China's not going to be usually too aggressive early on. Now, China also across every single rank, that was Conqueror and above, China across every single rank is about a 48% win rate across about 4,800 games. So not too much of a swing, not too heavily favored in one side or the other, which usually means it's usually map dependent. And in the lower ranks where I'm at with you guys, it doesn't really matter too much, but up here it really does matter a whole bunch. Both of these players, I hope we get to see, both pros, so hopefully we get to see them in the upcoming tournaments. If you guys haven't checked out all those updates, I dropped 2 videos. It's been absolutely crazy. The new expansion was announced, Sultan's Legacy, I believe, Sultan's Ascent, sorry, I see that it's written down over there for me. Absolutely incredible. I'm so excited. We only can assume that Japan and the Byzantines are going to be added in. Japan not for sure, but it's looking like it from the screenshots on Steam. So super exciting. I'm really excited. Age of Empires 4 is in a great spot. New tournaments announced, new expansion announced, new season coming up. We have a new campaign, it looks like, as well. So it's just going to be so much good content. I'm going to bring you as much as humanly possible. Now, if you have made it this far into the video and you do enjoy the content and the channel, I would really appreciate it if you dropped a subscribe and if you dropped a like on this video particularly. I'm really trying to, bolster up my channel. We are so close to 1,000, only about 295 more. So we are so close. The growth has been incredible the past month, so I can't thank you guys enough. And a big shout out, we'll put it on the screen right now, to Marv0146. Thank you so much for the 2 super chats. I really appreciate it. I can't thank you enough how much they actually mean to me. Seeing stuff like that, there's in no way do you ever have to do that. But I just wanted you to know that I really appreciate it, and it really, it helps me, keeps me going with making this content. I absolutely love it. I'm in a really good spot right now. I'm going to be streaming 2 tournaments this weekend, so if you want to check out my Twitch, definitely go check that out as well. It's in the top part. I'm gonna be streaming Choom's one-shot tournament. So if you're a European player that's in Conqueror and above, you can go join that. And I'm also gonna be streaming the 4v4 between BC. I think BC's team is gonna be Beastie, Lucifron, Marine Lord, and Vortex against a bunch of other 4v4 teams, including the 3D clan. So super stoked to cast those 2 matchups. So if you're interested, next weekend, not this weekend coming up, but the weekend after, so the long weekend for the Americans in the audience, that will be that. So now that that is all out of the way, let's check out what's going on. Honestly, I didn't really see much going on, which is why I felt the need to just keep on yammering along. We have a silver tree going down, which is to be very expected on this map. And let's go check out China's base. Crackety is pretty much stock standard at this point, knows that both sides aren't going to do too much aggression, and he's been scouting out the silver tree on the other side of the map. Take a nice little drink of seltzer, because I feel like between these two players and these 2 civilizations, it's not going to be a short one, especially with how we're going right now. We can see a cheeky wall going up on the right-hand side of the map because Crackety knows full well what's going to be happening. Also, actually invested 3 villagers over here, actually, which is at quite a bit, honestly. And where are they going to go after this? They're looking for a little bit of work to do, and this is going to actually be really annoying for DeMu. He is moving his silver tree all the way up to the top right hand corner. Oh, and also a big shout out to DeMu. I believe I saw on Twitter he just got married, so super exciting. So congratulations to you, good sir, if you happen to be watching it and made it this far. Thank you very much. We do see that Barbican is going down as well. Where is it going? It's going down. It's actually going down over here to prevent trade. Wow, Crackety is not messing around, does not want this trade to be happening. That being said, though, DeMu could get very cheeky and then just trade down this route, right? He could do that and have the Keshiks kind of guard it, especially for a good long time. So now DeMu is well aware of what's happening. He sees what's going down, and he sees this Barbican, right? So now everything's on the table. Everyone knows what's happening on both sides. We love this aggression from Crackety. Some nice, annoying pokes from the Khan onto these villagers, building up this Barbican. But this is actually kind of insane. I would not be surprised to see DeMu immediately go down here to trade. But we'll have to wait and see. We don't see any traders being produced just yet. But we'll be getting there. We'll be getting there for sure. So this Khan's like, what is on earth is happening? So, and I thought actually a relic actually went in there, but it was not. We do have at least some trees for Crackety to kind of get, but he is kind of essentially down 3 villagers until once these trees go away. Unless he just makes a little farm transition back here for himself, but who knows? But there is a trader, and that's where the trader's going. Using the Keshiks to defend, and the trader's just going to go the other way. No big deal, not a big deal at all for DeMu. So unless Crackety starts to make a bunch of spearmen or Shuganu and go over there and do something about this, DeMu's going to be able to trade for quite some time. But there's only 4 Keshiks in the map. I say that only, but it's still a lot. But like that's not enough to defend if he gets a good amount of spearmen, which he is getting. There's the archers coming out. That's what he'll need to defend. But that being said, this base is very susceptible. So Crackety, if he does move these out, this entire wood line over here and this just pile of villagers over here is actually incredibly susceptible. We do have some Z's going on over there. There they go. They get moved on a little bit. Also, sometimes I forget I can still zoom, which is always lovely. More walls are coming in, so Crackety's really trying to stop this trade from happening. That being said, I got to agree with him. If he can get this trade to stop, the Chinese player is going to be in a great position. And obviously, late game China is always going to be very, very good. And there's the Keshiks. They see the wall going up. They can't really do anything about it until these archers get here, which they are in tow. So these archers will change the tide, taking out Cheeky Wolf on the way over. But this wall is not going to be able to go up. These archers are going to put a stop to this for sure. So this is actually going to make him fall back quite quickly. And there we go. The falling back will be happening. Nope, we're just going to be going. We're just sending it for the lads back home. And here is the spearmen. They're actually charging in to try to get a surround on these archers. But it looks like the Keshiks have now taken this opportunity to take out the villagers on this side as well. There is a few spearmen here, but not nearly enough of to actually do that much damage. These spearmen are still over here, but they have not taken down one archer just yet. And there's more spawning. Help out the lads over here. There's one goes down. The Khan will go down if he keeps that up. Nope, looks like he's going to get out just in time. No, the Khan will go down. And there it goes. And they are going to get in on some Keshiks, but the Keshiks are over here getting chased down by even more spearmen. So Crackety is doing a great job. But we have about, let's see how many. We have 6 traders going back and forth, so DeMu was able to clean up that forward aggression with those spearmen, and Crackety only has 10 spearmen out on the map, and this wall is going to be completed. It looks like a trader is actually used. Oof, an absolute about face, absolute just throttling right there from those Keshiks. Those 3 villagers just took it. That was brutal. The sound itself as well was absolutely unreal. Now these Keshiks are trying to get out as best they can, but the long spear of the law is chasing them down left and right. Now I think there is still a little bit of wiggle room to get around over here, but they also will be able to just break through this quite quickly. And there it goes. There is 12 archers out in the map, which will put a stop to any nonsense on this front. And these Keshiks will be able to do some damage. Now that being said, I think what could be useful for Crackety is if you maybe just put an outpost or something out over here. But I think that this army is strong enough to really hold off anything at this point. And this Barbican, while it's here and stopping this, it has really made an impact. So I think the kind of plan for Crackety at this point is just like, we're just gonna try to get to the late game, because we know we can eventually take off this trade line, and it's gonna take them quite a while to get this Barbican down. Gonna need some rams for sure, X, Y, and Z. So if Crackety can get this trade to stop over here, he will be in a good spot. But until then, it's going to be really, really tough. DeMu has a sizable army over here. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see what goes down. And we see that more Keshiks are moving out and clearing up this wall. That being said, remember, Keshiks do get a boost of health when they attack things. So technically speaking, if his Keshiks get really low, DeMu could send them back and just kill off this entire wall and heal up the entire squad. Which is not a bad idea with this many weak Keshiks in the group. Having a nice beverage is absolutely refreshing, especially when casting. We have another dive from this Keshik over here. Does get as the 5th villager kill over here. So DeMu doing a great job at doing these really nice advantageous trades on his side. As you can see, the entire squadron is currently in the TC. They will be moving out quite quickly. This little red circle will be here the entire time as this Keshik destroys this entire wall. It's going to be quite some time, but as you can see, we already have 10 traders, and they're doing 6, 6, and 68 for each go. So DeMu is sitting in a very, very good spot. We can move this over here, and now he is starting to dive the economy of Crackety. So we tried some aggressive trades over here. I will say these archers are getting a little bit out of position. They don't want this much smoke, because they're going to get surrounded, and there they go. But they do actually weasel their way through on the back end side to actually get through the Keshiks. Now the Keshiks are on. Now the horsemen can get a nice surround on these archers, and now these spearmen over here dealing with the Keshiks. So Crackety's going to be able to get a very, very nice surround on here. And it looks like DeMu is just like, I'm going to try to get at least one villager for my troubles. But Crackety, with this transition into horsemen, was able to completely clean up this army. And now Crackety can move out and stop this trade. Right now, these horsemen can be sent over there, which it looks like they're being sent over right now, and clear up this trade quite quickly. Now, we do see a ram on this side, so that means DeMu's going to be able to replace the trade over here and bring it all the way back to where it's more safe at his base. These spearmen took their eyes off of those Keshiks for just 1 second, and now the horsemen are over here. They're going to be completely throttling this trade line. It looks like these two traders are going to be sent away for the long haul. It's been over. It's been a nice run so far. Hopefully Crackety doesn't chase. There we go. Crackety is a much better player than I am, so he quickly made that change. Did not want to chase with the entire squadron over there. It looks like the trade is going to be fully cleared up, and these traders will be quite dispatched quite quickly once this army turns around. There they are. Oh, these poor lads! Look at they're just walking in. They're just they might just sneak in. They might just sneak by. They're like, shh, shh, shh. Don't say a word. Don't say a word. Just act cool. Act cool. Act cool. No one's even gonna notice. No one's even gonna notice. Hey guys, you don't want to be going that way. Oh, there we go. There we go. Just act chill. Act chill. Act chill. Act chill. We're on the other side. And the great escape is complete. Absolutely electric there. Crackety now is his sights over here, but has not actually killed the trader just yet. And there we go. The first traders are finally being attacked. We can see the ram ranch is going on over here. He's going to dispatch this Barbican eventually. But now Crackety has now dispatched 3 traders and will continue to do so for quite some time. He sees them in the middle, but we also have a Keshik raid on the back and side. So DeMu doing a good job with all this trade being messed up. And it looks like these horsemen are going to get essentially play a nice wall over here. Those guys are completely trapped. 10 villagers, though, have gone down. So DeMu's doing a great job at securing this. But this silver tree will be fully denied at this point from these horsemen. And we now have horsemen seeing the rest, because it looks like the traders are trying to go all the way up and around. They're just trying to get away as best as they possibly can. And Crackety sees that. Now, Crackety sees even more over here, but is going to be focusing on these Keshiks to get them down because there's causing a lot of damage to him on the other side. I will say sorry about the dog. If you could hear that in the background, I'm assuming he hears something that he would like to be a part of. And now the villagers are going down again. Cracky tries a cheeky little wall over here. These rams are going to be used to take out the remaining infrastructure. And we have a lot of Keshiks over here trying to do some damage on the silver tree, but even more keep popping out. And this horseman army is quite large. Even though the Keshiks are heavy armor, they're able to dispatch these quite quickly. And I'm back. Not entirely sure where I left off that last statement, honestly, but my dog was barking and I had to go adjust it, or you're going to hear him the entire gameplay. But it looks like Crackety's kind of horseman transition has been super successful into this Keshik archer competition that DeMu has been running. DeMu's obviously been doing a great job at denying a lot of these villagers and stuff like that with 13 kills. But Crackety's done a lot of good work on the trade front and is now taking out the actual trade landmark. So it's going to be super annoying, and dropping another outpost as well so we can see when this trade does eventually go back up. And there it is. It is now 1-1 for landmark. As you can see, 1-1. I know, China gets 3 of them. It's kind of wild. But at this point, honestly, it's quite even. It's almost like a gentleman's agreement to go into late game, which, you know, we love to see that from both sides. And if you're the China player, you're probably very happy about that. And if you're the Mongol player, I'm sure you're wishing that you at least had a silver tree up and running before this. That being said, can this thing return on a killed off landmark? Or no? Here we go. I mean, it's going on over. It's waiting to see. Is it just going to stop there and wait? And yep. What? It lost its bounty. Did it drop off? It just can't go again. It might have just dropped off, which is kind of wild. But we'll have to wait and see. And there is a quick market transition, so they can start to trade back and forth quite quickly. And now there they go. The whole squad's going back out and approaching again. The silver tree is going to be going back up. And DeMu has a sizable force on the left-hand side of the map, and so does Crackety. We can see the beautiful transition is going down for Crackety with all of these granaries. If you're the Chinese player, this is exactly what you want to see. The curl tie is going down for Liquid DeMu, so that could be a very influential piece, especially if it's positioned well down here or on one of these sides where a heavy fight's going down. That can really change the tide for the Mongols. I mean, not only do the Keshiks heal, but the curl tie also heals your army, so it can get really hard to take down a Mongol army streaming through the zone where the curl tie is actually placed. It can get really tough. That being said, Crackety does have a nice amount of relics on his side of the map. These rams are actually just like kind of watching it just to see who gets there first. But Crackety's actually not going Castle Age just yet. It's only DeMu. So DeMu's going to actually have quite a bit of a lead in terms of getting to Castle Age. Now, that being said, China does build landmarks incredibly fast with that build speed, so they still will probably be A-okay. Looks like there's going to be a lot of spearmen popping out, and they're going to be quite quick to dispatch whatever's happening and whatever nonsense is going down over there. And there is the veteran Keshiks coming down and the veteran archers. Now, the curl tie is being moved a little bit closer. It's just going to be chilling right here for now, but it will be moving out with that army eventually. And we can see now these horsemen are going to be spotted. So these rams are actually in a very good spot. They're doing a lot of great things, and there we go. Cracky's like, you know what? That's 500 resources for free. I'll take those. Why not? So DeMu probably didn't need those for quite some time. And also at the same time, they kind of already got their money's worth by taking down this Barbican. But you never can say no to taking out a free 500 resources, so like that play from Crackety. And Crackety also now has an avenue to take out this relic if needed. This Keshik is doing the very hard task of burning down a fence all by your lonesome. This could be the loneliest job in the army right here. Just slowly, just kind of tossing away. It's really rough. We feel bad for that station over there. But oh my god, a springhold emplacement over here from this outpost, making quick work of whatever's coming at you. And you can see this tower is trying to hold on as best it possibly can. And it looks like it's actually been going down quite quickly. So it's really good in 2 nights, but not so good when there's this many spearmen over here. And now they're going to be going after this. This can be quickly done and dusted. This Castle Age Archer battalion over here is going to make short work of this army. Looks like they will get 1 trader for their cause though, so they can take down an outpost and a trader. It's not the best trade ever, but it could be worse. There you go. It's just all about small little victories over here. And DeMu is feeling very, very good right now. 7 and 3. So traders are at different places, so 10 in total. And we can see another raid on this side as well. You never want, as a Chinese player, to have your granaries go idle. Especially, you never want enemy horsemen running around them. That is worst case scenario. And the Yam network is going down as well. These villagers are doing their best to get out of the way, but 16 have gone down, now up to 17. This TC over here is providing as much cover fire as possible. Remember, the Chinese TCs do have that bombard emplacement, so they do have a little bit extra punch into these Keshiks, and they're not going to get any villagers on that run around. And it looks like this army will be going down if this wall was actually up, but it looks like this wall is not up. So that's great news for DeMu, bad news for Crackety. If that wall was up, they would be all but dead. So they're going to be just moving out and not making the switch up. As we can see, we're finally going up to Castle Age, and Crackety went with the astronomical watch clock tower, which can make those nest of bees to absolutely cook that entire archer mass. If there's a few good shots, it could be all she wrote. We'll have to wait and see. So with the amount of traders going on and with the amount of raids happening, I'm assuming this is going to go on for quite some time, especially with the Chinese being able to wall up. It is the one nation that can probably stand a chance in this late game type of avenue. These catchers are going to find a few nice crossbowmen for their troubles, and now the spearmen are going to be running out. Actually, that one crossbowman stands up to the entire squadron and gets the job done as we go. So now both players, they're still every relic is still out in the field, but we have battalions of troops just everywhere at this point. But let's see who's going to be taking the first relic. I'll have to wait and see. Actually, don't see any. Oh, there we go. There's a monastery. So it looks like Crackety will be taking the first relic, unless we have a monastery over here. It does not look like it, unless I'm missing it somewhere else. So Crackety will be taking the first of the relics, and that's actually not a good trade at all. Even though these Keshiks have outnumbered them quite heavily. Actually, I didn't realize just how many were there. There are. There's 16 Keshiks there, so I actually didn't realize just how many were actually there. It's actually a great trade, and these are not Castle Age spearmen just yet, so they did not have a chance against those upgraded Keshiks running forward. Now we can see these pellets are now, DeMu is now well aware that the pellets are out on the map. Not pellets, I think they're monks. I always get them confused one by one, but now we see the Kurultai is moving up. We see rams are coming out, and this is a very scary army for DeMu. 26 Keshiks, 26 archers, a ram, and more's on the way, plus a booming economy due to that trade. Now we will see this outpost go down, which will mean he'll see this Kurultai is being moved into position, so Crackety can make the correct adjustments going forward. We do see veteran horses and crossbowmen in this army, so he's going to be able to put up some sort of defense against this. Now these Keshiks are getting a lot of healing on this one thing. They're going to be moving on to this outpost quite quickly. There they go. It's mainly just like essentially what Crackety gave him was an efficient way to heal. And even more so coming out, we don't see any Nesabes out on the field just yet. So it looks like this monastery is going to be taken out quite quickly. So the relics are going back to 0-0. Even though there was a chance it was going down, and the Kurultai is actually moving into a very nice position. They're actually in their base. Everyone's healing up right now. This is a scary position to be as the Chinese player, and a great position to be as DeMu. house after house is being burned down. They're taking the Viking approach and just, killing everything in sight. And now these archers have a free hitting available. Cracky's actually flanking with a large group of horsemen, and it looks like they're now being forced and sandwiched in between a nest of bees and a group of horsemen. That was absolutely unbelievable defense there by Crackety. Even more barbecues coming out. The Keshiks are still up and at him, but there's a lot of crossbowmen over here, and the remaining archers getting absolutely cooked by this nest of bees. One more shot will be coming in before it goes down to these Keshiks, and there we go. Unfortunately, it does focus on the Keshiks and not anything else. It's actually going to escape. Crackety with the quick feet over here gets us for another time and takes out a whole bunch more. It's actually, DeMu quickly moved the curl tie, so there's actually no healing going down the backhand side. Keshiks are being sacrificed to take out. There goes down the Khan, and the remaining soldiers are going to be going down. That being said, 12 villagers are going to be in a really rough spot. There we go. They're going to be building an outpost quite quickly, and rams are coming in for DeMu. Now there's still 22 Keshiks out in the map, and they're just moving out all around. DeMu's putting up a hell of a lot of pressure at this current moment, especially with this curl tie sitting right in front of the main town center. It's just hanging out, chilling, and now we're in on these farms. These Keshiks are making Crackety's life absolutely misery, and more will be coming out. But now there's some spearmen, but they're gonna get taken out almost instantly. And now there's even more damage being done over here. The rams are taking this out quite quickly, and these Keshik's armies are doing so much damage. 23 villagers have gone down, now up to 24. And honestly, at this point, with this many traders, as you can see on the back end side, it doesn't matter. DeMu has a 25 villager lead, quote unquote, because he has 29 traders going back and forth, completely unobstructed. So this Keshik raid is all like that. The entire Keshik army is essentially recreated almost every time. And now we have more rams up front. This is going to be an absolute banger of a game. It's already so good. This is incredible. You love to see this gameplay coming out. All these new cool things being announced in AoE 4, and this is why it's such a good game. Look at this gameplay here by these two pros. DeMu is now going to be retreating back from this nest of bees. These nest of bees pack up punch, and they really can do a lot of damage. The rams are hanging out, they're chilling, they're looking for something to get a little bit of damage done. Looking for that village over here. Nest of Bees does find an unreal hit on the clumped up archers to the side, but the curl tie is healing them up, and it looks like the Nest of Bees find another perfect shot. I think it might be able to kill them off right now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. And it looks like this curl tie is actually able to stop them from going down, which is absolutely insane. Saving those crossbowmen to live another day. They're finally evaporated, but the Nest of Bees took, what, 3 or 4 or 5 shots actually killed them off, which is insane. Now we have the rams up front actually hitting this town center, and now there's even more units streaming out for Crackety. Crackety's economy is still also very, very good. China that has this many villagers and this many kind of draining transitions is so good as well. Now there's 2 Nest of Bees, so it's almost kind of like the more trebuchet effect when you're taking down a keep. There does hit a critical mass where like the healing cannot outdo what's happening there. It looks like they're actually now focusing in on these rams. The curl tie is actually retreating quite quickly, so every shot over here is going to be even better. This one little Nest of Bees is trying to get out as quickly as possible, and there they go. And after, see, when there's no curl tie in place, it gets absolutely destroyed. And Crackety's going to be able to hold this up, and it's absolutely incredible. He's also able to keep up this TC, as you can see, just complete villager spam for days, and he's able to actually hold off and live for another day. He's fighting back. He's going to move out to this forward gold vein as well. And as you can see, DeMu is now getting all of his upgrades, sitting on tons and tons of resources. Could actually go to the Imperial quite soon, just because of this enormous trade network that he has. So for Crackety to get involved, to kind of do more damage into this, he's going to need to find some way to get some palace guards or something into that trade line. That's his really only chance at this point, but this curl tie is now sitting here, preventing any forward push going forward. You do not want to take on this Mongol army within range of that. It will not end well for you in the slightest. The nest of bees go a wide right, wide left, whatever, wide short. I don't know. You know, they missed. That's the long and the short of it is they missed, and that's okay. But this Kurultai is playing a pivotal role. It's really changing the tide of the battles, even though Krakeny does have an advantage in terms of army. I do like this over here as well. Some horseman transition to try to get these nested bees down. But Krakeny's doing a great job of keeping them very, very close to these spearmen and not letting these Ketchiks get any damage on them. Finally, they are able to break through. But it looks like these Ketchiks are going to be going down, playing ring around the Rosie with this nest of bees. Nest of bees finally is going to be safe again. It's going to continue to pepper this military over here, but it is the last remaining one of its kind. It's the only nest of bees left on the map, and more horsemen really want to do damage to it, but that's all I can really do. Some nice micro there from Krakeny, keeping these spearmen in front to stop any onslaught of these Ketchiks and horsemen in this nest of bees. And as you can see, the nest of bees is really struggling to kill off these units within this Kurultai's range. It's doing so much damage, and a nice 360 no-scope there shot from the nest of bees, quickly getting in on those crossbowmen, and it knows it's going to be going down, so Krakeny is keeping it alive still for now, which is absolutely incredible. It's gotten off about 5 more shots than I really thought it would be possible. As you can see now, Krakeny is also now going for the speed demons, aka the palace guards, and once he gets up to that Imperial Age, they're going to be even quicker. Now, DeMu is going to be able to clean up this and has plenty to re-establish himself. But at this point, though, DeMu is sitting at 180 supply, 136, and that is a lot of traders. 45 traders are going back and forth completely unobstructed. And there is the White Stupa is going down. Where is it going to be going down? It is going down. I don't know where it's going down. I can't find it at the current moment. There it is. The economic landmark, it's going to be acts as an uvu for stone, so we're going to be maybe seeing some, I don't even know, just more towers with more emplacements. But I mean, at this point, just spend it whatever you can, throw it down, that way you can get those upgrades as well. And the Kurultai is now back in position in front of Krakeny's base. Krakeny is able to get 2 of these relics, but that's going to be quickly done and dusted. This monastery is going to be going down quite soon, and there is the engage. It looks like we're going to be seeing a lot of engage in this front and side. There is no nest of bees to be found. There's actually one, I just don't know where it is. It's actually just popped out. These villagers are running for their lives, and now all these horsemen are really getting involved. But there's a lot of spearmen involved over here, so they're getting a lot of damage over here. These palace guards are making short work of this, and palace guards are also able to dive these crossbowmen over here as well. 36 of them. That nest of bee shot would be absolutely devastating if it wasn't under the Kurultai. And even another one's going to be going in, and that one actually was devastating. If they get shot one more time, it's going to be done and dusted. While DeMu does have a ton of gold and doesn't mind these trades, that is absolutely quite brutal. And the biggest thing too is if it looks like we have another horseman raid back here, but the biggest thing that could happen, honestly, is if this Kurultai gets taken down in an unadvantageous position. That could really change the tide of the game, so watch for that when it happens. We have multiple raids going on over here, but it looks like Krakeny is able to deal with them quite well on the back end side. But at this point, DeMu is just trying to get a little bit of damage done because he knows that the food economy is just so strong for the Chinese player. But at the same time, DeMu is chilling. Like, look at this, how much food is going on, because they're all on food. Let's just take a quick look. 65's on food. He has over 3,000 food a minute. So all these trades are good trades at this point for DeMu. But Krakeny is putting up a really solid fight into this and showing just how strong the Chinese can be if they're left alone, even when they're facing into someone who has like 50 traders going back and forth. A full horseman transition is going down for DeMu, and now we see the hand cannoneers coming down, which is going to be a huge breaking point in this because they can completely one-shot any of that front line. But Krakeny is now moving forward. This Kurultai is doing its job, but more and more reinforcements are going to be streaming out constantly. Let's just hope that DeMu has the production in the back end side. Needs more nest of bees, but they're always taken down quite quickly. And the nest of bees is doing its best to do a lot of damage. But now there's 4 horsemen on top of it, and it's going to be short work. Light work day in the gym for them. They will be surrounded and killed off, but I mean, at this point, DeMu can completely dispense of those resources, and honestly, same at this point for Crackety. So the biggest difference right now is the gold difference. It's about 1,000 per minute for Crackety and about 3,000 at this point for DeMu. So DeMu, while it's bolstering economy and has the current military lead, looks like he's going to be changing up. We've been fighting down the middle a lot. Let's fight down the side, which is going to be so annoying for Crackety because he's finally moving out. Gets a keep down as well. But here comes the stone walls, but I think it's going to be a little bit too late, which is super unfortunate. There's only 14 horsemen though, and it looks like Crackety is going to be trying to deal with this over here. And this Kurota is going to see that this keep is over here, and they do get over, and this horseman army is going to be so annoying to deal with at this point. Crackety can't get anything done over here, and now the Kurota is moving in, and it looks like now that team is going to find a very nice engage. This keep though is going to do a lot of damage, and there's actually no siege at the current moment. Look at this Chinese keep. It absolutely roasty toasties any army underneath it, and there's nothing that can really be done at this point. And Crackety actually throws down a stone wall just in time. Sacrifices have been made, and they're actually doing quite well. He is losing quite a lot over here though. These horsemen able to completely shut off the granaries for quite some time, but that stone wall is actually going to protect Crackety for quite a while. As you can see, this keep is still full health. But at this point though, I wonder if the Kurota can actually, it looks like if this keep is able to snipe off all the unarmored units, this keep, as you can know, the Chinese keeps are absolutely juiced, so they can really do a lot of damage. And now Crackety just needs to send a few more boys over here to finish up this wall, and he will be safe for the time being. And it looks like this keep has made the difference over here, and now it's going to be focused in on this Kurota. The Kurota is going to take a while to go down this way, but it's not in a good position. And Crackety's doing his absolute best to stay in this game. It's still not Imperial Age though, which is super unfortunate. But at this point, DeMu has to get all these upgrades, but he does need to break down a Chinese base that's fully walled off, which is going to be kind of tough for him to do. Which is why I'm going to move away from this thing, because I don't want to listen to that all day. There are 3 relics as well, so 239 free gold per minute for Crackety, so not the worst. He does have enough gold to go up to Imperial Age, which could be really what he needs at this point, but it's absolutely insane. As you can see, Crackety's trying to do some damage to this trade line. Anything at all. I would just go into the traders. There we go. Just go into the traders at this point. Anything you can be doing, anything you can stop is going to be good, because it's just absolutely insane. It looks like they're going to be trying to take out as many of these as possible, but they're only going to take out the 2 outposts. They're not going to take out any traders, unfortunately. 59 workers have been killed on the side of DeMu, and only 10 have been killed on the side of Crackety. Crackety's also going to be facing another horseman run by over here, and 26 Imperial Age hand cannoneers are going to be coming his way quite soon, which is not going to be good in the slightest to see if you are Crackety, and that is very unfortunate for that relic. It almost made it home, didn't just in time. And Rams are coming out, which is the move for sure. Imperial Age horsemen are moving out, and now Crackety just needs to save up enough food to go Imperial Age. He needs those upgrades as soon as possible, because once these Rams break through this defense over here, he's going to be in a really rough spot, and 11 more are on the way. So Crackety's going to have to deal with a hell of a force quite soon. Oh, 4 villagers are all trapped inside. They're like, please save me, and an absolute horde, a feast is happening in the corner as we wait to see. Now, hand cannoneers have broken in, but I think they don't want to be here alone. They're not looking to be here alone yet. They don't want to get out of here. They're like, wait. I signed up to kill some things. I didn't want to deal with this many spearmen, though. 45 spearmen are chasing about 11 hand cannoneers. But, you know, they can trade pretty well. And the more and more will be going down. And it looks like Crackety has also been breached up top as well. And now DeMu is in on those. Oh, a little cheeky little run through here. And here we go. It looks like through the wall, he's going to be sending in more horsemen, so more raids are happening. And it looks like at this point, DeMu is just trying to take out as much as humanly possible. Oh my god, absolutely obliterated. I don't think the Crackers going to be able to hold off this one. He played a valiant effort at this point, and he tried his absolute best. It looks like he actually did get the wall off, though, so stops it temporarily. A cheeky little run by to get a wall off in over here is super annoying, but all of his villagers are running for their life. 70 villagers have been killed, and we can see a transfer of power over there. It looks like he's trying to go Imperial Age soon, but there's just no safe place in his base right now. And it looks like they're trying to build up more farms, but more and more Imperial hand cannoneers are in the farm transition for the Chinese, which is never what you want to see. They're just absolutely cooking anything that comes forward, and Crackety can only afford spearmen, which are not the move into these. And the horsemen are now everywhere you can possibly find. They're killing off left and right. It looks like there's going to be a total of about 100 villagers killed by the end of this. If it's all said and done, we see the Great Wall Gatehouse actually going down over here, and it's going to be connected hopefully to the mainstay. But at this point, there's even more over here, and these can just absolutely one-tap anything that they see come in their range. And oh my god, an absolute slaughter again. 99 is done. We just need one more villager kill, and voila, there it is. 100 even, 100 smackaroos even. And Crackety is sitting at 66 to 40, 141 for eco, and it's just absolutely just scraping the bottom of the barrel. Crackety put up an unreal fight. There is the H4. He tries absolute best, but these Mongols, when that trade goes up, some great plays from DeMu to make sure that trade goes the opposite way, and using those Keshik super well early on to really do a lot of damage. And he will be able to stop this from going down, but we still have 15 range units just hanging out in his base. I mean, they're not doing too much, though, to be fair. So it's going to be okay, but now we have the entire armies being reproduced as well. And look at the econ for DeMu at this point. They're just having a great time, and I think DeMu's going to push for the end at this point and really call it a day. The Khan over here just shooting away, trying his absolute best, sees that the squad's coming, doesn't want that smoke, realizes quite quickly that was a bad decision. Veteran Spearmen are still no Imperial Age upgrades for them, and now they're moving in. This Kurultai was also an MVP of this game, stopped any forward movement at all, and more villagers going down. We have more and more and more going down. It cannot be stopped. We do have hand cannoneers coming in for Crackety, and they are better than these, but I don't know if it's going to be the end. Look at this. As you can see, they're a little bit juiced. But we'll see what happens, and here we go. They are going to be chasing this down over here, so they will finally get some good damage on over here, and finally kill off this group that was absolutely causing mayhem in the base. But now the Rams are coming in, and they're taking down all this infrastructure. This free gold is going to be going down as well. Crackety has secured this in the middle, but this Kurultai is providing a nice safe place to kind of defend the back end side. And it looks like they actually might even get away over here. No, actually they will not, because they decided to stop, which is unfortunate for them. And you're going to be absolutely cooked as you go. Crackety's putting up a great fight here, but now the horsemen are streaming in, which is going to be really, really tough to stop. And more villagers are running for the hills. They're running back to their safe farm position, but now there's more horsemen in the ranks, and this transition over here is just so good. Look at how much food is coming in every single time. It's absolutely insane. They're also quicker on speed. It's just nuts at this point. And we have more and more raids. 105 villagers have gone down, and Crackety is still holding. I mean, say whatever you want at this point. Crackety is still holding. This is why they're both pro players, right? Like, this is absolutely incredible. I would have been dead 8 years ago, but Crackety's still holding on at this point. I will say 46 Imperial hand cannoneers is going to be really tough to deal with, especially with more and more Rams coming out. DeMu is now currently fully stocked though at this point, so, but any trade's a good trade, right? So at this point, as you can see, there's no more. Hopefully we get a GG soon, just so we can call it a day. Crackety put up an unreal fight, but there's really no stopping this force from DeMu, and DeMu can instantly replace it. That's the thing. The difference right here is that even if Crackety were to win a battle, DeMu can just replace his army instantly. And there they go down. And the Monument of the Great Khan is actually going down. We have a wonder. We have a wonder. But hold off. Don't kill it. Don't kill him. Let the wonder be built at least, so I can have a thumbnail. Look at this. Look at this. We'll get a nice. Forget this. This is for the thumbnail. Oh my goodness. Don't GG just yet. We just need like 40 seconds. And then we'll have it. And that, I think once that's up, I think Cracky will call it a day. Getting a wonder dropped on you is always really tough, but I mean, traders, when they're he tried his best to stop the trade, but it just didn't happen. And there it is. Here it comes. The Great Khan is going to be dropped onto the field. I don't think I've ever actually seen a Mongol monument before, which is actually really cool. A wonder being dropped, and there it is. Boom. Look at that. Ooh. She's clean. And it looks like DeMu's going to be... Looks like actually Cracky might be actually hold off for a while here. 25 of these juiced up hand cannoneers are going to be able to make short work of this. But I mean, he can't get all the way over there and kill that wonder. But hey, a wonder's a wonder. We'll take it. This game has had a bit of everything. We've had raids, we've had trade, we've had back and forth, we've had an aggressive, it was aggressive the entire time. We've had a forward Barbican, which now also has a lovely view of the Golden Khan. We have all these traders for absolute days hanging out. And we have Cracky actually putting up a sizable fight over here. This curl tie is finally going to be going down. I think Cracky can finally take a breath for a second and realize that finally I am done and dusted with this nonsense. But at this point, I mean, DeMu is going to have a limited sheep because of all these pastures, so can never run out, and can never run out of anything really because of how much gold he really has. As you can see, that wonder did take a good amount of time to kind of kill off. Let's see if Cracky is actually going to stay in this game for that much longer, or it's going to be the end once this raiding party gets in. And it looks like this Great Wall Gatehouse is trying to put a stop to it, but even more raids are coming in, and we have... Nope, just a little run by. They haven't decided to stop yet. Now they stopped. And even more villagers going down. This has been the fields of blood over here. This has been absolutely brutal. We have Cracky moving out with a sizable force, trying to get in this trade line. But like I said, the damage has been done. This bad boy is up and at him. You can't stop that. You can't stop that power. And even more villagers going down. 133 have been taken out, which is absolutely insane. And we have now we finally have the trades will be stopped. The trade will finally be put a stop to, and there we go. That was the first raid down in quite some time, and they're going to be finally propelled backwards by their own hand cannoneers and more horsemen. We have raids in the back. We have raids over here. We have this army is going to be put to rest quite soon. There we go. Done and dusted. There's the GGs. Well played by both players. I can't believe we saw a wonder drop from the Mongols. Absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much. If you did enjoy this banger of a game, please do subscribe and leave a like. And also, if you made it this far, comment. What should we comment? Comment something for the algorithm and say that you made it to the end. Alright, and also, let me know if you guys are super excited about this new expansion, and what would be your preferred civilization? There we go, that's the question. What would be your preferred civilization dropped? Would it be Japan, the Persians, the Byzantines? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys have a great night.